Hey, welcome back to Hope and Freedom, the video series where I'm walking alongside you through difficult financial times to help you find hope for today and freedom for tomorrow. Recently we've been talking about the pain that comes with going through traumatic financial events and the best ways to deal with that pain to make sure that they don't derail you from the goal of financial freedom. Now today I want to change topics a little bit and talk really practically about some of the steps you need to take to get through this time. It's no secret that when you don't have income or don't have the amount of income that you're used to having, you can't spend money the way that you used to spend it, or else you're going to go broke really quickly. So this is a good time to stop and take inventory of your life and determine what are the most important things that you and your family need to buy, and what are the things that you can put off for a little while. Now, in my full membership program, 30 Days to Financial Freedom, I have a lesson called What You Really Need, where I walk through each of the most important categories of financial needs and talk about all the things that you and your family need to buy, and do it in a prioritized way so that you can make smart decisions about where you're spending your money. In the time that you're walking through right now, that information is really critical. So I'm actually going to share that entire lesson with you free right here. So let's take a look at the lesson, What You Really Need, from 30 Days to Financial Freedom. Freedom is knowing the difference between what you want and what you need. But sometimes it's difficult to see these areas of your own life clearly. So today I'm going to give you a practical guide to help you understand what your real needs are. This lesson is called What You Really Need. There are 4 main categories of need in your life, and we're going to talk about common expenses within each of those categories. We'll discuss them in order of importance. And if something doesn't appear on any of these lists, you can probably live without it. The first category of needs is called the essentials. If you're in a financial emergency, these are the things that you need to focus your spending on. Other things in life can wait, but you can't ignore these expenses. Food. You and your family have to eat. You don't need fancy food, but you do need to make sure everyone who depends on you has enough to stay healthy. Utilities. Pay for lights, water, heat, and air conditioning after you buy food. Transportation. You need to get back and forth to work, to the doctor, etc. This can be public transportation or a modest car and gas. Clothes. Make sure you have enough clothes for work, your kids have clothes and shoes that fit, and that everyone has something warm to wear in winter. The next category is major expenses. If you've already covered the essentials, this is what you should buy next. Housing. You need a safe place to live where you and your family can feel at home. Healthcare. Going to the doctor can be expensive, and you might be tempted to skimp on medical care to save money. But ignoring small health problems now can lead to bigger, more expensive problems later. Insurance. Health insurance makes medical care much more affordable. You also need insurance for your car and your house, as well as life insurance. Education. If you have kids in school, you will probably need to buy some supplies, books, clothes, and some other things to help them succeed. The third category is annual expenses. These include taxes. If you think you'll owe money to the government when you file your taxes, save up in advance to pay the bill when it comes due. Vehicle registration. If you own a car, you'll have to pay to renew your license or registration every year. We're going to set aside money for this as well. Membership dues. If you're a member of a professional organization or a neighborhood association or some other group that requires annual dues, you should set aside some money throughout the year to cover this cost. There's one final category of expenses. If you have covered your family's essentials and major expenses, you need to make debt payments. Since debt holds you back from financial freedom, you should use any extra money you have to pay it off. We're going to talk more about each of these expense areas in detail over the coming days. But for now, I want to leave you with one final thought. Pursuing the freedom you need will bring you the future you want. Now, here's a question for you to answer. Have I been spending money on wants and ignoring my needs? What needs should I be meeting, and what wants should I let go? Take a minute to write down your answer before moving on. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson from 30 Days to Financial Freedom, and I hope you found it helpful. Now, I want to remind you that program is something that I created to help people walk from the lives they live now to the lives of freedom they were made for in only about 10 minutes a day. And I'm making it available to you as a Hope and Freedom member for over half off the original price. So I hope you'll check the program out and take advantage of this great opportunity. Now, next time, we're going to look at a roadmap for how you can walk through this season in really practical terms so that you can be confident about the financial decisions you're making. But until then, remember, freedom starts in your heart.